I'm here with Lee and Herring, top comedy duo, and Fist of Fun, big TV people, not satellite folk like us. Firstly, you seem to be one of the most popular acts here, but Stuart Lee is not, because I've been into the toilets down there. Have you read the male toilets down there?
No, what does it say?
Well, because there's something written, a retort written by supposedly Stuart Lee,
I
which...
haven't been in there. Well, what does it say? Tell me what it says.
Well, it says it's quite foul, but basically
it's about me, actually.
the premise of it is the fact that you supposedly went with this man's daughter.
No, it's about me.
It's about you.
Yeah.
So do you want to recant the
I don't want to. It's not true, and it's just a stupid thing.
And then there's that kind of. Did you retort back?
That's not me either.
I see. Well, I sat in there, and that was my first kind of indication. Are these men as popular as they seem to be?
But then, if you go in the next door cubicle, there's graffiti saying my play is the best thing on in Edinburgh. So there you go. So if we take the toilet, one toilet thinks I'm
One's
a
right.
paedophile, and the other one thinks that I'm a good bloke. So
amazing,
you
actually.
decide which toilet you choose to go with.
As soon as you reach a minor level of celebrity, the things you hear about yourself that you can't possibly... Like every 4 weeks in the Melody Maker gossip column, I read about a party I'm supposed to have gone to that I never heard about, where I spent an evening talking to someone I've never met about a thing I know nothing about. I'm supposed to have played in a charity football match with Sean Hughes. I'm supposed to have spent a night out with Blur talking about American pop music to the bass player or something. I'm supposed to have gone all the way down to Brighton to see some band I've never heard of. So it's just incredible, these things. Yeah. And
The lesson is that if you're going to research an interview,
Don't
look in the toilet.
Do you always research your interviews from toilet walls?
Well, I was just...
What if you were doing a
I was there
Sean
as you
Connery
do.
or someone? Would you go, I saw a thing in the toilet about your...
It
Have
just
you interviewed Kilroy ever? He's been in a lot of toilets. I think it's created a tense, bad atmosphere, which means you'll get quite a bad interview now, though. But we'll see.
So is there another Fist of Fun coming up, or are you going to...
There's another series in the spring of next year on BBC Two, which we're doing live on Sunday lunchtimes and then gets repeated on a weekday. I don't think it'll be called Fist of Fun, though, because the BBC don't really like the title. Took them 2 series to catch on, but...
The BBC weren't really heavily into it. Luckily, a new bloke came and took over quite an important job and said, "Why aren't you commissioning Lee and Herring again? They're great." Which is why we haven't been on. We weren't, it'll be 2 years since
we were
last
basically
one.
decommissioned, then we were back on again.
So just because the BBC didn't understand it. I
Or
think.
like it. I mean, it never got repeated or anything. I don't know if you...
Yeah, no, I always thought it was a strange thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone
but,
does.
People like it again, and that's the important thing. You meet people. You still meet people in the street who are real mad fans about it and going, "Why isn't it on?" So.
Well, it's got that kind of following in the same kind of way as Vic and Bob, because you've got the big...
Yeah,
ring
except
on a
they got
stick.
repeated and made 5 times the amount of money. For example, in Fist of Fun, we wanted to say the F word once, and the BBC wouldn't let us.
What F word?
The F word, farts, we wanted to say, and they wouldn't let us. But then they say that all the time on Have I Got News For You?
Yeah.
But Have I Got News For You is made by a production company, therefore the production company deal with the complaints rather than the BBC. So
Right.
they kind of feel like it's not really their problem, it's just stupid little things like that.
What vein would you want to go? Are you just happy with sticking with the comedy, or if you went into film, which you seem to
Well,
have
I've written a
mentioned?
film script, and we've got one we're supposed to be doing together, and both Richie's plays that he's done this year and last year are funny, but they have really great realistic characterisation in them as well. And the stand-up show I'm doing this year, it's just like a story really, and the end isn't funny, but people... I got a review saying hugely entertaining in a not particularly funny sort of way, 4 stars, which I was quite
That's
pleased
quite
with.
a good review.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice to be able to move away from it, but on the other hand, you don't want to end up taking yourself really seriously and publishing a book of appalling poetry.
Now, you still seem to get on very well, and like as a double act, I imagine
Well, I think that's
people
partly
would get
because
pissed off.
It's partly because we spend about half the year doing other stuff, and so when you get to the end of a 2-month tour, you're probably sick of each other, and then you've programmed it to do something else for a bit, and then when you get back together, you quite enjoy it again. So that's probably why.
And I think the fact we're both successful separately, and we know we're both as successful separately, but
It's not like I'm Sid Little, and there's nothing I can do on my own. At best, I'm not Ernie Wise. I could probably write a gardening column.
I'll come up with one last question.
Better be
Production
good.
company.
yeah.
Now, I tried to set one up, and we went through thousands and thousands of names. You must have thought of names, have you not, or have you?
Fist of Fun production.
Called
Fist of Fun will be.
Richard Herring made my daughter into a lesbian by having sex with her when she was 13. That's what we're going to call it.
That's a brilliant PLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get loud.